Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Paul Mullins, and I'm going to give you an update on electric vehicles. First off, your charging is very important on an electric vehicle. If you can't charge at home or at your apartment or that, you really don't want an electric. It's too much of a hassle to go to a place to charge all the time. Electric vehicles, if you really enjoy it, you're going to charge at home. That way, every night when you come in, you plug in, you're charged up, you're ready for the next day. And there's different chargers. There's 15 watt, there's 15 amp, 30 amp, 45 amp. I particularly have this Bosch PowerMax. This is a 15 amp, and this EV is a 30 amp. Okay, what's the difference? The Bosch will charge my Leaf at 15 miles per hour of charge. It will charge my Tesla at 12 miles per hour of charge. This 30 amp EV charger, it will charge the Leaf at about 35 miles per hour of charge, and the Tesla, it will charge it 22 miles per hour of charge. If you want to figure the equivalence of how much does this cost, if you figure it out with today's rates, Monroe Utilities rates, to charge the Leaf, it will run about 3.5 cents a mile to charge it. The Tesla will run you about 5 cents a mile to charge it. To give you an equivalent, if you have a gas car that uses regular's about $3 a gallon right now. So if it was getting 50 miles to the gallon, it would cost you about 6 cents. So that's the equivalent. You're in a cars that are getting over 50 miles to the gallon. In fact, the Leaf is probably giving you somewhere around 80 miles to the gallon equivalent. So that's the first advantage of an electric car, is it's much cheaper to drive it. And again, I want to emphasize, if you have an electric, you need to charge at home. And a charger can run you can go on eBay and get used ones. They will start at about $200, and you can pay $400 or $500 for one, even $700 or $800. It just depends on what you want to pay, but I would say $250 to $300 is a good range for a good charger. This plug is called a J1772, and if you're getting a charger, I would recommend the J1772. That way, most of the cars besides Tesla use this plug. And what you can do, if you get a Tesla, is get the adapter, and the adapter will slide right on this plug, and you can then use the J1772 on your Tesla. So that way you can use it on either car, or if you have a J1772 and later buy a Tesla, then it'll work. So that's why I recommend the J1772, because if I bought one that had a Tesla plug on it, I could not charge my Leaf with that. But with this adapter, I can charge the Tesla off of a J1772. Another thing is, when you're getting a charger, get one with a longer cable. This one has about a 12-foot cable on it. Well, I can just charge. I've got my 2-bay carport, and I can just charge it on my number 1 bay because it's not long enough. The other one, my 30 amp, has got a 25-foot cable, and so I can charge either car, no matter if they're parked in 1 bay or 2 bay. I've got plenty of cable to charge either one of them. So I would recommend probably at least 20, if not 20 to 30 feet. That way it doesn't matter if it plugs in the front, the back, the side, wherever it plugs in, you've got plenty of cable to plug it in. And that can be a hassle sometimes, because I sometimes want to charge up the Tesla. The Leaf is over in the 1 bay, and if I just want to do the slower charge, I have to pull it out, pull it in there, and it gets to be a hassle. So your charger is very important. Now let me go over some things with the cars. They are now recommending that you charge a car to 75 or 80% to make your batteries last. The expense of these cars, and let me swing around here and show you. This is the Leaf. This is made by Nissan. They started making these cars in 2012, and Tesla started making their cars in 2012. So they've both been making electric cars for a good while. Now, let me say this, is the Tesla is a more powerful car. They're fun. They are really fun to drive because you've got a lot of power. It doesn't matter if you've got the lowest one, the 2 motor, the 3 motor. The 1 motor is fast. On the Leaf, it's faster than most like 4-cylinder cars its size. So one thing you'll find out about electric is they're peppy. They're peppy cars, and not like some of the hybrids. Some of the hybrids are kind of sluggish, but the electric cars, one thing you'll find out is they are very peppy. They 0 to 60 in anywhere from 2 seconds for a 3-motor Tesla, the Plaid model, to about 5 seconds with just about all the rest of them. Most of them fall in between, well, 5.5 seconds to 2 seconds to do from 0 to 60, which is pretty fast. And that's one thing that you will like about electric cars, is they are very fast on the takeoff. You can definitely merge with traffic, no matter how fast the traffic's going, where you're coming in from. With an electric car, you can merge with traffic very easy. Now, on the batteries, back to the batteries, what we have found out is the Tesla, you can set it, and a lot of the newer cars, you can set them to how much you want to charge it. Now, I've been driving in August of this year, of 2024, I will have been driving an electric car for 10 years. I started out with a 2015 Leaf that I bought in August of 14. And I'm on my 3rd Leaf. And one reason I've had to change Leafs is the first Leaf, I didn't know how to do the battery. Nobody was telling you about the battery. So I would fill it up full and man, I would discharge that thing to zero nearly. I did one time hit turtle gear, which is when you actually run out of power, it will kick into half speed, and you can probably go a mile or so on that. I happened to be within a half a mile of the house and made it home fine, but it was slow. Turtle gear doesn't have much power, but I did know my leaf, and I have come home many a time with 2 miles, 3 miles, 5 miles to spare, and I would always fill it up full. Well, as a result, my first leaf, after about 3 years, my 84-mile range was down to about 62 miles range. And so that really makes a difference. So there's, like I said, they're recommending now 75% basically, and don't let it discharge less than 15%. So in essence, if you're buying a car, an electric car, that has a 300-mile range, your range is about 200 miles. Because if you fill it to, say, 80% and you use it down to 15%, you've got about 200-mile range. Which people say, oh, how long does it take you to charge? Well, that's another thing. In most electrics, if you charge from 10% to 80%, it'll take you about 20 minutes on the superchargers. I'm going with a Tesla now, because on the J1772, you've got 12 watts, you've got 25 watts, you've got 150 watt. You just got all kinds of chargers out there. With Tesla, you've got 150 kilowatt hour chargers, and you've got 250 kilowatt hour chargers, so they're fast. And let me say this while I'm talking about charging. If you're going to take a trip right now at the beginning of 2024, the only thing you can take a trip in is a Tesla, because it has all the charging stations set up on all the major highways, and they're about every 50 miles. You've got a supercharging station. On the J1772, they're everywhere, and when you go into one of the chargers, it might be a 1-car charger and it might be a 4-car charger. But with Tesla, the least I've seen is 8 cars, and most of them have 12-car chargers. So when you go in, right now you're not going to have to wait. Now that could change, but right now you're not having to wait to charge your Tesla. You go in with 12 cars, and also you've got apps that can tell you how many of the charging stations are open before you get there. But taking the 250 kilowatt hour Tesla charger, to charge a Tesla from 10 to 80% takes you about 20 minutes. Now here's the reason you don't want to charge full. Is the charge from 80% to 100% will take you about 20 minutes. So what I'm saying is you want to stop more times and your trip will go faster because of your charging. Like I said, from about 10% to 80%, 20 minutes, and from 80% to 100, 20 minutes. So all your chargers, as the car gets over 80%, start really slowing down, because if they threw all that power into the battery, you'd blow up your battery. So no matter who the manufacturer is, when a car starts getting over, and a lot of them, when they start getting over about 60%, it starts dropping off, because you don't want all that power hitting your battery, because like I said, the battery can't take it. I don't care who makes it, it will blow the battery up. So they constantly are monitoring the battery, and so I say blow up the battery. That's not going to happen, because the chargers are smart chargers and they know about how full the battery is, so they back off accordingly to how full the battery is. So that's the thing in charging. People ask you, how long does it take you to charge? I tell them about 20 minutes. You know, it could take 25 minutes. But what I have found out is the chargers, at least the Tesla chargers, are in a very convenient location. There's nearly always several restaurants around, and there's always like a Target, a Walmart, you know, a big store of some kind, a Kroger. And so you can go in and go shopping. And I have really never just sat in my car and charged. I've gone in the store, I've gone and I'll eat or whatever, and so it really isn't taking time out of my life to charge because I'm doing something else. So that's another thing with charging. Now, if you're on a trip, electric cars right now are excellent commuter cars. You can't beat them. They're the best thing out there. They're the excellent commuter cars. If you go on a trip in one, then here's a rule of thumb. For every 2.5 hours that you drive, if you're an electric, you'll add 20 minutes to it. So every 2.5 hours, it'll be like 2 hours and 50 minutes in time if you're talking about your charging time and that thing. So if you're in a big hurry, you just can't get in a big hurry in an electric. And let me say this. They say charge up to 80%, to 75 to 80%. You can charge it full. It's just don't keep charging it full because it'll make the battery's life go down, which will make your range go down. And if you really want that battery to last, my Tesla, right now, it's about 10 years old. And they say about 1% per year you'll lose. Well, right now, when it was new, 265 miles was the range. And right now my range is about 235. So you can see about 1% a year is what it loses. The Leaf, on the other hand, it actually loses about 1.5% per year. So, but the Leaf doesn't protect the battery like the Tesla does. The Tesla has warmers that come on to warm the battery in the winter time and fans to come on in the summertime to cool it off. The Leaf does not have all these features. Now, the good and bad point. These fans and heaters coming on in the Tesla will take range. I'll give you an example. I can come in at night and say I don't charge, which I should charge every night when I come in because they recommend keeping them full or keeping them up to 80%, you know, all the time. But let's just say I came in and I had 150-mile range in the Tesla. Well, if it's been a real cool night or a real hot night, I could come the next morning and I would have, instead of 150-mile range, I might have a 145-mile range. I could lose 5 miles off of my range. Now, in the Leaf, it doesn't process the batteries and all, so if I have 150 miles, in the morning when I come back to it, it'll have 150 miles. But the things that the Tesla does to its batteries makes the battery last longer. So there's trade-offs, and just want to make you aware of that. And with battery technology constantly changing, I'm sure that's going to change. But right now, your conditioning of your battery does help the life of the battery. So I hope that's been helpful for you if you're considering an electric car. Just remember, they're fast. And if you like the sports car feel of a sedan, hey, a Tesla, they're fabulous on that. If you like pretty fast speed, then a Leaf. And again, the price range is different. In both cases, I bought used Tesla and bought used Leaf. And I've been pleased with both cars. One thing you'll find out about a used electric car is it won't have the miles on it that a gas car will have. For instance, my Leaf in 2020, it was an 18 and just had 12,000 miles. So it's like buying a new car basically when I bought it, because it just 6,000 miles a year is all had been put on it. So that's another thing to consider with an electric, is they do not usually have the mileage that a gas car, or they call them an ICE car, induction, well, I can't say it, but anyway, ICE is an induction combustion engine. And sorry I messed up on that, but they call them ICE cars and electric cars. And if somebody says an ICE car, they're talking about a gas car. So hopefully this will help you. And if you're wanting to buy an electric car, my wife says all you do is talk electric cars. I'll be glad to talk to you. I can tell you all the pros, the cons, because like I said, it's nearly 10 years now that I've been driving electrics. So this is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment, and I hope you've enjoyed this segment. And I'll show you the pictures of the Leaf and the Tesla. The Leaf looks like this. And then the Tesla, of course, looks like this.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful, Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We're staying busy here at the center. We're starting to get into springtime. And just wanted to remind you, I think I said it last time, just to remind you, a lot of people are pruning back their crepe myrtles, and they're starting to do some of the spring cleaning outside. Limbs, leaves, all of those items, they're going to have to go to an inert landfill. Call us, let us direct you to the nearest one to you. But if you come all the way down here, we're going to have to turn you around. We simply can't take any of that stuff. We've been having to turn around a lot of cars. So just wanted to put that out there. We are starting to plan some of our spring events, and the first one is we're having a tire amnesty event. It's a week-long tire amnesty, and we're going to kick that off Saturday, April 20th. And we'll be accepting tires here free of charge through Friday, April 26th. The only restrictions we're putting on that presently is the tires do need to be off the rims. We can't take tires on rims. The tire processor we take our tires to won't accept them that way. So we will be turning you around if you have those. Outside of that, presently we don't see putting any other restrictions on the tire amnesty. Again, give us a call if you have any questions, 770-267-1421. Be happy to tell you more or answer any questions you may have about that. We've also partnered with the Loganville Lions Club, and we're going to be doing a document destruction on Saturday, April 27th. And that will be at City Hall in Loganville, and I know that may be a little bit of a trip for most of you. And we are planning, or going to try to plan to do one here at the recycling center in either May or June. I'll get details out on that, but if you're really pressed to get rid of some of those old documents, you're free to bring them to the City Hall in Loganville. Again, that's Saturday, April the 27th, and that will be from 10 to 12 there at City Hall. So come on out and bring any old documents you have. I know it's tax season, and there's generally a lot of those documents lying around. So come out and see us. Give us a call. We can give you more information. I'll keep you posted on the other document destruction that we're going to try to have here at the recycling center, and we'll let you know about all of that. And again, like I always do, come out and see us. Give us a call. Let us help you get started recycling. Let us help you find new things to recycle. We can answer your questions about, disposal of certain items. If you've got large items that can't be put in a can at home, right here at the recycling center is a perfect place to bring them. We're also accepting mattresses now, as long as they're in fair condition. Don't let them sit outside and get rained on for 2 or 3 weeks before you bring them here, or don't let them get mildewed. As long as they're not big holes and they're not torn apart and not soaking wet, you can bring those mattresses here. Those are hard to get rid of. There is a $10 charge on each mattress, and we have a 2 mattress limit here. But we do accept the mattresses here. So give us a call, come out and see us. We'll be happy to walk you around, tell you a little bit about what we do, answer any questions you have, and until next time, take care.
Hi, this is Jody Johnson with the Recreation Report, and on the screen you had just seen our one of our latest leisure programs that we're going to have, and it's by popular demand. This will be our second craft fair. This one will be at Meridian Park in Loganville. That's on Generation Boulevard, right off the corner of Twin Lakes and Highway 81. We have a big community center there with a couple of gyms, and we'll have our spring craft fair on February 19th. The event date is March 23rd, but you can register from February 19th till March 16th. So the event date is March 23rd. It only costs $15. So if you've got some crafts that you'd like to sell, things that you've made, things that just about anything that people have done last year when we did this in Social Circle, it sold out. We had a lot of vendors, anywhere from wood crafters to people that were selling hats to Christmas decorations. There were some t-shirts. There was tons of different crafts there. A lot of people came to it, and the vendors did real well. The money that you sell, you get to keep. The Recreation Department charges the $15. We provide the tables for you and the space, and then we'll advertise for the folks to come in to the event. So look forward to seeing you. If you're interested in participating as a vendor, pre-sign up for that. Just go on our website at waltoncountyga.gov. But we hope that you will come and at least see the vendors, and it's free to get in. And hopefully you'll find a few items that you would like to purchase from those local vendors. Our spring sports are doing real well. All of our baseball, softball, soccer, and track teams have already been selected. The uniforms have been picked out, and all the teams will start practicing as the weather permits here in February towards the end. Our opening day is set for March 16th, so all the teams are really getting geared up for that. We are looking for some good weather, hopefully this spring, that will allow our teams to get outside and participate. Speaking of getting outside, it is time to start looking at going to some of our outside pavilions. We have a lot of those throughout the county that you can use for birthday parties or reunions or any get-togethers that you might have. You can go online on our website at waltoncountyga.gov, and you can reserve those pavilions there. Cost to reserve is only $30, so it's fairly cheap. We look forward to you to come out to our parks. We have several walking trails that are outside now that these warmer afternoons are happening. People will enjoy going out and walking those parks. So look forward to seeing you. And on those days that it is raining, remember we do have the climate-controlled areas in our community centers in Monroe, Loganville, and Social Circle for you to enjoy. It's very inexpensive to join our community centers. It's only $2 per week per family, so it's very inexpensive. And if you are over 60 years old, it's absolutely free for you. So no reason for you not to come up and utilize those community centers. So until next time, we'll see you again. Thanks a lot.
Welcome to Good Hope, Georgia. The new fire station. This is ceremony to officially cut the ribbon cutting. I want to thank, on behalf of Sunbelt Builders and Assistant Management, Jeff Prime, doing the job. I want to thank the Board of Commissioners. This happened at a very fast speed. We lost the fire station here to a fire, which was somewhat embarrassing, but the results afterward are phenomenal. This station has bells and whistles, which Chief Haney will tell you about, that no other station in the county has. It was a $3 million project, which we received criticism on, but I want to thank the voters for voting for SPLOSH. SPLOSH funds was used in this project, as well as general fund balance. And if we had not built up the general fund balance to a hefty amount like we have today, on behalf of the board, we would have had to borrow money to build this fire station back, and we did not. So, Good Hope, congratulations. This should last you the next 100, maybe even 150 years, as long as the next firemen don't burn it down. This is the first fire station in the county with sprinkler system. So we're stepping up and beyond, and I'm proud for the community, Good Hope, as well as I think everyone else is. Randy, you want to say something?
Yeah, just want to thank the chairman and members of the Board of Education for the
Board of Commissioners.
Board of
Board of Education didn't have nothing to do with it.
Board of Commissioners and the county agencies for providing the resources to build this station here. I want to thank Chief Haney and all his crew for what they've done for the community over the years. I want to thank Walton County Facilities for the supervision and providing the resources again for this building right here. I want to thank, I guess mostly I want to thank the firemen that basically come to these buildings and put their lives on the line for us. You know, sometimes we don't think about that until something happens, till emergency happens. But I'm just really proud of what the fire services have done here for the city of Good Hope in the past, and what we're looking for them to do in the future. Thank you again very much to both the citizens that are here showing support this morning, residents of Good Hope and members of the Good Hope community. Again, thank you very much.
Chief Haney, your turn.
I just endorse everything that's been said, and I really like to thank Chairman Thompson and the Board of Commissioners for allowing this building to be built. To add on to Chairman Thompson's statement about the first sprinkler system, we also put in this building the Firefighter Cancer Initiative, so there's air scrubbers throughout the station and the bay right here to try to keep all the particles down from the firemen even getting cancer and not when they're coming back from a call and all that stuff. And we've got gear washers to wash gear to make sure we get all the carcinogenics off of the gear so they're safer and better living. So just endorse everything that's been said.
Either one of the commissioners?
I'd like to start off by thanking again the Board of Commissioners, thanking the community for being here and being a part of this, thanking Sunbelt Builders. But I'd also like to thank God that we didn't have a travesty that night, that the fire station did burn down, and for God waking their firefighter Bramlett up and allowing him to get out safely without getting hurt. I'd like to thank Chief Dykes from the city of Monroe, also Josh Jamison. There's some other firefighters that came in that night to help with the call and with everything. It was great to see everybody come together, and thank you again for everybody being here.
I want to thank everybody for coming here today. It's a great opportunity for Good Hope to have a brand new fire station. So thank you for the citizens. And like they've said earlier, firefighters run toward the fire when the fire breaks out. So I want to commend them for the job well done. And I'm excited for Good Hope, excited for Walton County, and this is going to be a crown jewel for many, many years to last. So thank you.
Anybody else want to take the limelight before we cut the ribbon?
I'm gonna pull it up.
We got you.
One more thing while she's doing that. The siren that woke that fireman up tonight is sitting on the table right here as you walk by. So that's actually when it went off, that's what woke him up. So.
And Chief and the firemen are trying to grill a few hot dogs, they don't think they got enough, but they will last until they're gone after this. And feel free to walk through. I'm very proud of this. This is a really great addition to the Walton County Fire Service. So with that being said, 1, 2, 3. We've done the ribbon.
Everybody still got the fingers?
First come, first serve.
We didn't cheat that part of the drink. We had to get that downhill.
That was an excellent turnout today for the ribbon cutting for number 7 Walton County Fire Rescue Station. Today on Feed the Goats, we're going to try pretzels and see how they like the pretzels.
So we did the pretzel. Would you like the pretzel? Oh, you like the pretzel. How about Heidi? Heidi like pretzels? Beck, would you like the pretzel? I think you just kind of devour these pretzels, don't you? You like pretzels? Everybody likes pretzels.
They also like Christmas trees. We've got some out here. We'll have to take a shot at them in a couple of weeks. But we went out and gathered 4 Christmas trees so they'd have those to eat. Well, pretzels look like are a big hit. So this is Paul Mullins, Walton Entertainment on Feed the Goats.
And you know, you have your gliders club, and that's what Kenneth Grubbs started with when he asked for the land for the airport. But you have Skydive Monroe, you have Flight Train Monroe, you have a couple of corporations that are wanting to be there. So we're going to have to see the direction that they want to take the airport. That's not going to be something that I or council chooses, because none of us is a pilot. So we'll let the experts kind of help direct us in that. Our budget last year, and I know I'm kind of going all over the map, but things that I know that really they're interesting. It's very, very interesting to me, and I hope you find it so as well. Our budget last year was $81 million. That was including $2 million in ARPA funds, and of that, let's say $13 million was for the city operation, $15 million for the city operation, including ARPA funds, and then the balance was for the utility. And our reserves are strong from the utility side. The money that we have borrowed for the fiber project for the downtown green, we got at a ridiculously low rate, so we're paying that off. We rolled back taxes for the 5th time out of the last 6 years. The one time we didn't roll back taxes was when the hospital was purchased, and it went from a for-profit to a non-profit, and it cost everybody around $50 a year in a tax increase at the time. But I figured trading $50 for the ability to go get quality health care is well worth it for the citizens of Monroe. So I was all in favor of that. So this year we've scaled back our budget $2 million. Just basically it's exactly the same as it was last year minus ARPA funds. So we're really doing more with less. We have just purchased the 2 warehouses on nearest the downtown green. So you have the Davis Street Antiques and Rust and Dust that will be going away. The mill, or the warehouse on Madison that now houses Rust and Dust, will come down, I'm going to say July 1st. What's good about that is the area, we can all agree, needs to be cleaned up. So we're taking that down, we're making it safe. It is the lowest or highest, depending how you want to look at it, fire rated building in the county. So we will never achieve our fire insurance rating that we want as long as that building's there. That's a fact. I know some folks may not want to see Rust and Dust go, and I don't want to see Rust and Dust go either. But the fact is, we don't have space for them. We have to clean that up. Now, it's not going to be a parking lot. Folks all saying, oh, they're just going to use it for parking. Probably for the next 2 years, we may use it for overflow parking for events. But it's going to be redeveloped long term. And I would imagine it's going to be residential. The other one that now houses Davis Street Antiques, we'll keep that building for the time being. We have it will be a commercial venture that may be able to use that building for the long term. We are recording hotel developers right now. What's tough is hotel brands. They're called flags. So you have the Marriott flag and the Hilton flag, and then the others. But Courtyard Marriott would be a nice fit. And we have a tremendous amount of wedding traffic with the factory at the mill and the engine room. Of course our churches, and then you have Wayfair, which has 6 or 7 rooms, so they can't handle it all. But that area, as I was growing up, speaking of Wayfair, that area I didn't even know existed. I was all over this town on a bicycle as a kid, and it was just really a storage building for the Walton Tribune, and maybe for Sanders Furniture. And part of that redevelopment, which was our first foray into redevelopment, was to redo the livery stables back there. So now you have along Lumpkin, you have Southern Brewing, the Wayfarer, Strange Taco, High Voltage Wings, and just around the corner, speaking of redevelopment, you have the new Will Henry's. And then our second really venture into redevelopment was taking the gas station kind of catty corner to Harry Brown's, Michelle Garrett's dad's, and now that's LR Burger, which is, it's now a mainstay. I mean, it's going, I think, on its 5th year. So the redevelopment plan clearly has worked, and they have another one that would be redeveloping is we call it Blaine Station. It's where we've rehoused the PD, and then we'll redevelop that site. We'll probably put that out for another RFP with a little more specific detail than we did on the last one, and then I'll probably come out this summer, so you can see a lot of change that'll be coming to that area. Tommy Fountain's done a great job with 1025 Church, and I think you have that whole side of town is going to see some positive growth, positive momentum. So I think I've hit all sides of town now, right? Downtown's rocking and rolling, and we had our Codapalooza 2 weeks ago. We brought in some consultants that are trying to help us guide development and planning to more successfully benefit the citizens who live here, and that's why we're all doing what we do. And it's funny, you know, people get in positions of leadership for a variety of reasons, and I see when we go to Georgia municipal meetings, you see who the workers are, you know why they do it, you know, and you see those who have a position and they don't do anything with it. Well, the agenda for my personal agenda is to make Monroe so good and so competitive and so awesome that my two daughters want to come back. So anything that we do, anything that I do, is geared toward our future, and it's planting trees for shade you'll never see, right? So make the park strong, make our events strong, make our commercial spaces and residential spaces desirable, and in long term we are built for success, and we do tend to stand sometimes in the middle of town and hold our arms out like, you know, we don't want the outside world coming in and corrupting what's underway, because I grew up here, and a lot of folks, and we see a lot that say, you know, Monroe's just not the same anymore. Well, you know, no, it's not. It's not the same anymore because we don't have boarded up windows, we don't have closed stores, we have a successful population, an educated population that's moving forward, and we're going to continue on that course. And I'm very, very lucky to have this new council. It's the most diverse we've ever had. I have 4 men, 4 women. They range in age from 30, I think Chaz Boyce is 30, to mid 60s, and I have 3 black, 5 white. I mean, these folks, we just work together very well. Every single person wants what's best for them. And we're not always going to agree on everything, and I keep telling folks, look, I don't even have a vote. As a matter of fact, I got to vote one time as a tiebreaker, but that was it. I did veto a decision that they had made 2 years ago, and they overrode my veto 8-0. So, you know, it's not like that I could randomly make all these decisions by myself. We just have a good team in place. I do find it important that if somebody ever needs anything with the city, they can contact me anytime. 404-427-2707 is my mobile number. jhoward@monroegaa.gov is my email address. Contact me so I can help I may not have your answer, but I can at least put you in the right direction. It's important to me that our staff, and it is a fantastic staff, that they have the ability to do their jobs as opposed to being taken away from their duties. And I don't know if I can go any further. As a matter of fact, once you do the mixing and cutting of the tape, I hope you'll put this first. I was driving through town yesterday morning at 6:30, and they were blowing off the sidewalk, and I know that might be frustrating for some of the folks who live downtown. And I know it was frustrating for David Clemens when he was at the Walton Tribune, because he would call me and say, well, why do they have to blow off our sidewalks at 6:30 in the morning? I was like, well, because it's open, right? So we have our guys out again right at sunup. They're blowing things off, they're emptying trash, they're getting ready for the day so we can put our best foot forward for the public. Our public works crew works tirelessly, and it's frustrating. Sometimes, you know, we might, especially holidays, you're normally on a Monday schedule, so we have to pick up Monday and Tuesday on Tuesday. Sometimes that gets pushed over to Wednesday, simply due to the volume. But those guys are fantastic people. I mean, I go down and see them at Public Works occasionally. I had a nice group of ladies who did cookies for them and did lunch for them one day as well down there. PD, of course, RV runs a great ship, and Chief Dykes has just been a fantastic fit for our fire department.
Hi, welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. Today I wanted to talk about 2 or 3 things maybe. Number 1, the member show ends February 19th. If you're an artist with things in our show, the pickup dates for your art is February 20 and 21. We've had a good many pieces sell out of the show, which is nice. So the show is open and still through the 19th. Come in and browse some beautiful art, maybe buy a piece of art. The art does have to stay in the show until the close of the show on the 19th, but you can pick it up right after that, which is just right around the corner. Pretty amazing that this year is already passing by. The other thing I wanted to mention is about our membership and our membership perks. You can become a member here at the Art Center by coming by, filling out a membership form. You can also do it online at monroewaltonarts.org. It's easy and it's really affordable. The senior membership and student membership starts at $25, and individual membership is $35. You can cover your entire family for $50. And then we have a patron membership for $100 that kind of gives you a couple of extra perks. But the basic membership gives you 10% off in our shop year-round, even the Christmas shop. Gives you access to enter our member show, which is just about to close, but we have one every January. And it's only for members, and if you're a member, you're pretty much in the show. So it's not a juried show, it's a showcase for all the talents of our members. So I don't think, yeah, this year we do actually have some furniture. We have everything from jewelry to furniture, which is kind of unexpected in an art show, but also, of course, paintings and sculptures and pottery. So we do encourage you to become a member and support us in that way. Membership lasts for a year. You also get a discount on a lot of our classes. If you go to our website or come in here, you can see that some of our classes have a member price and a non-member price. And so it's going to save you at least $10, sometimes $15 or $20 on classes. So we really encourage you to come in and find out about membership. Also, as a member, one of the perks is our guild events, which just means anybody who is a member, you're automatically a part of the Art Guild. And we have free Art Guild events and workshops. And we actually have 3 coming up this spring. We have a new event that we're going to do, I think monthly. It's called Members Morning Mingle. I hope I said that right. And it's just a time of coffee and fellowship. There might be a brief program, but it's mostly a time of fellowship. We're trying to develop a mentorship program as well, of pairing up more experienced artists with newbies, or maybe somebody who wants to learn a different kind of art. So the Mingle is an opportunity to meet up with the other artists here in a very informal coffee and pastries kind of environment, and just get to know each other and maybe develop those relationships. So we have the Mingle coming up. We also have an artist demo, a stained glass demo on February 18th, this Sunday. on February 18th. And Babs Call is one of our glass artists, and she will be demoing how she does her stained glass. So she also does fused glass, but I think she's mostly going to demo stained glass. So that's a free event that you have to be a member. And then the third is a plein air event. And again, if you're a member, it's free. And we'll have Andrea Kendall there. We'll be outside painting. And Andrea will walk you through and help you with your painting. Mostly you'll be painting on your own, but Andrea is an experienced plein air painter and teacher, so she will be helping you with if you're new to plein air painting. So those are 3 really nice events coming up, and they're entirely free if you're a member. So please do consider becoming a member and participating in our shows. That also opens the door for you being in our shop. It is a curated shop, so it doesn't mean you're automatically in, but you can apply to be in the shop, but you have to be a member. You can also apply to be a teacher, and we have steps to go through to make sure that we're offering a quality experience for our students if you want to teach. So those are the basic perks of being a member. Please do consider that. It helps us more than you know. I think we're well over 300 members at this time, and we're really pleased with that number. So just come see us, and we do have a lot of new workshops coming up. We're tending to have at least about 1 creative writing workshop every month, and that's hopefully something we can continue through the new year. We've got So You Want to Write a Cozy Mystery coming up in February, toward the end of February, with one of our authors. So lots going on, not just with visual arts, but anything creative. We hope that we will be your first stop, whether you're looking for a fabulous gift or a fun class or to express yourself creatively through writing. Check us out. So come see us or go to our web, monroewaltonarts.org, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.